If your back is stiff or painful, then follow me on this strength and conditioning workout that will help you. Hi everyone, and welcome to Exercise for Health, and welcome to week 4 of our 6-week home exercise program to keep your body and mind healthy throughout the summer. This one will focus on exercises for the spine and core to improve its strength and mobility, and you could do it on 2 or 3 days of the week. It should be suitable for most health conditions, but may not be suitable for everyone, so if you're unsure, check with your health professional first. The majority of this routine will be floor-based, as we will be doing a great deal of core exercises, so you will need a mat and maybe a cushion for comfort, but no other additional equipment is required. So get yourself ready and let's go. Right, we're going to start this routine kneeling on the floor because we're going to do a hip hinge but in a kneeling position. So what I want you to do is basically keep your knees about the same width as your hips. Starting in an upright position, you're going to drop the hips back, leaning the torso forwards, but make sure you keep your head and your chest up so you don't then compromise the lumbar part of your spine, and then come back up till you're back into an upright position again. So just allowing the hips to drop back and then come back forwards again. We're going to do this 10 times. So set yourself up ready and then start to drop the hips back, lean the torso forwards. You'll feel a little bit of tension in the lower back at that point, and then bring the hips forwards back to an upright position. That's 1. Nice and steady. You're going to feel this a little bit into the quads as well, in the front of the thighs. 2, and you might feel it into your glutes and your hamstrings a bit on the back. 3, so keep the head and the chest up as you're pushing the bottom back. 4, 5, good, 5 more. 6, 7, 8, last 2, drop the hips right back. 9, 1 more, hips back, body forwards, and back upright. 10, good. Right, let's now go down onto all fours because we're going to do the cat camel. So here, make sure that you've got your hands directly under your shoulders and your knees directly underneath the hips. And the movement from there then is we're going to tilt the pelvis backwards, tuck in the tailbone of your spine underneath you and round the shoulders off like trying to push your hands away from the floor. And then let the torso sink down so your shoulder blades drop back together, stick your bottom back up in the air so you're getting that arch in the back the other way. And we're going to do that 5 times each way. So set yourself up ready and off we go. So tuck it underneath you, round off the back and then drop back down. Push the tailbone of your spine up in the air. That's 1. Round it off. And then back into the arch. That's 2. Back down. That's 3. So round it off. Push away from the floor with your hands. Round the shoulders off. Tuck the tailbone underneath you. And then drop back down. Push the tailbone of the spine up in the air. That's 4. 1 more. Drop back. That's 5. Good. Okay, now we're going to go down onto your back because we're going to do knees to side. So just find a comfortable position, lead down. If you bring your feet and your knees together, just place the hands to the side of you on a slight angle. Drop the head back down. This is where you can use the cushion underneath your head if you need it. And then keep the heels of the feet as close as you can to your bottom. You're then going to drop the knees over to one side. As you do that, just make sure the shoulder blade on the opposite side stays flat on the floor. Go as far as you comfortably can, come back up to the middle, and then we'll do the same the other way. So we're going to do this 5 times each side. Ready? Off you go. So drop the knees over to one side, keep the shoulder blades flat on the floor, bring it back up to the middle, and then go the opposite way. So that's 1. So back to the first side. Drop it down as far as you comfortably can, bring it back to the middle, and then the opposite side. That's 2. You might find that one side of your lower back's tighter than the other. So I find when I go to the left, that's where I'm feeling more of a stretch. That's 3. 2 more each way. Good, that's 4. Last one each side. Go as far as you can, keep the back flat, back up to the middle, same on the other side. Good, okay, right, we're gonna go into our strength exercises now. So the first one we're gonna do is a glute bridge. Okay, so this is one of my favorite exercises because it really does get the glutes to activate, get those strong, because if you've got strong glutes, you'll have a healthy back. So you wanna have your feet about the same width as your hips, get your feet as close as you can to your bottom, and then initially we want to start the movement by getting a backward tilt of the pelvis. So you'll probably feel a little bit of a gap into the lower part of your back, under the lumbar part of the spine. You're going to try and press that down into the floor first before you then start to raise the hips up. Just go up as high as you comfortably can and then drop it back down, reset the pelvis back to neutral, and then we'll start again. We're going to do 10 of these. So hand position wherever you want. I'm going to put my hands on the floor. Off we go. So we're going to press the lower back down into the floor and then raise the hips up, lift the bottom up as high as you can, lower back down, reset the pelvis, and then go again. So press the back down, push through the feet, lift the hips up, slowly down. That's 2. Really squeeze those glutes when you're at the top point here. Really tense them up as much as you can. That's 3. 4. That's 5. Halfway through, another 5. 6. 7. Get those hips up as high as you can without moving the spine too much at the top. That's 8. 2 more. So really squeeze those glutes at the top. That's 9. 1 more. And that's 10. Good, and relax. Good, okay, the next one we're gonna go on to is the lying dead bug. So for this one, we're gonna start pretty much in the same position, but this time we're gonna take the feet off the floor. So the knees are directly over the hips and the knees are bent at 90 degrees. Your arms are going to be straight up, so you're reaching them up towards the ceiling. And then what we do is we do opposites. So if I take my right arm back behind me this way, it means I need to then straighten out the left leg out in front, like so, and then bring it back to the middle. And then I then go straight into the opposite side. So I'm doing left arm goes back as the right leg straightens out, and then bring it back to the middle. All the while, you're trying to make sure that you maintain control of your core muscles. So have a feel of where your back is on the floor. Again, you should have a little bit of a gap underneath the lumbar part of the spine. That shouldn't change while you're moving your arms and legs backwards and forwards. So we're trying to make sure we're keeping good control over your torso. So we're going to go 5 times each way, so 10 in total. Set yourself up ready, and off we go. So raising one arm back and the opposite leg out to the front, as far as you can, and then bring it back up to the middle, and then do the opposite side. And bring it back. That's 1. That's 1.5. And that's 2. Good. To the first side. Keep it nice and controlled. So it's a steady movement. Opposite side. Steady. Try and get them moving together. That's 3. Good. Keep control of that core. That's 4. 1 more on each side. Last time. That's 5. Good, and relax the feet back down. Excellent, you should have felt a bit of tension in your abdomen as you did that one. The next one we're going to do is a modified curl up. So for this one, what I want you to do is straighten out one leg, and then the hand on the same side as the leg you got straight. You're going to place the back of the hand underneath the lumbar part of the spine. And the whole reason for that is just so you can get a feel as to what's going on with your spine as you actually do this modified curl up. With the other hand, we're going to place that just on your abdomen, just below your ribs, just onto one side, because that will then give you a feeling as to what's happening when we try and expand the abdomen before we do the modified curl up. So essentially what happens is from there, I'm going to expand my stomach, so I'm going to breathe in and imagine as I'm going to try and push my belly out into where my hand is, just below my ribs. So I'm going to expand out and then I'm going to brace as though someone's going to try and punch me in the stomach. So once I've expanded, I'm then going to tense those muscles, and then from there I'm just going to try and lift the head fractionally off the floor. When I say fractionally, I literally mean like millimeters. So you're not trying to lift the head right up. We're just going to lift it, so it's raising it off the floor. Imagine you're trying to get your shoulder blades just to lift off the floor as well. They won't, they'll stay on the floor. And then once we feel that tension, we're going to hold it for 10 seconds. We'll do it 5 times. The most important thing is the hand that you've got underneath the lower part of the back, you should not feel any movement or any change going on while you're holding the position. So you get a lot of contraction in the stomach, but you shouldn't feel any change in your spine. So your hand should stay as it is. It shouldn't feel like it's being pressed into the floor or there's creating more of a gap either. So set yourself up ready. Hand in the lower part of the back, leg straight on that side, knee bent on this one, and then the hand on this one, just below your ribs on one side. So from there we're going to expand, breathe in, brace, and then lift the head and hold for 10 seconds. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and relax. Little breather, then we're going to go again because we're going to do this 5 times. So breathe in, brace, hold it there, and then lift the head. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Relax. As you're holding it, make sure you continually breathing out. It's probably difficult to hear that with me counting, but try and breathe in and out as you hold the position. Ready to go again? So breathe in, brace, and then lift the head just fractionally. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Relax. 2 more. Deep breath in, brace, and then lift the head just a little bit. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now relax. Okay, just going to do 1 more. So get ready, breathe in, into the hand, brace the muscles, lift the head, and then hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and relax. Good, okay. Right, the next one we're going to go on to is the side leg raise. So this is where we're going to be lying onto one side. Just make sure you use this top arm as a support. So I'm going to place that other hand on the floor just in front of me. This is the leg that we're going to raise, the top leg. And the idea is we're going to keep it straight. As we raise the leg up, we're also going to try and take it back behind you slightly. So rather than it just going up and down, we want to try and get it to go back behind you slightly. So make sure you've got one hip stacked on top of the other. So you're all square on. And then from there, we're going to raise the leg up and take it back a little bit. You'll feel a squeeze here in this glute medius muscle on the side of the hip, and then control it back down. So we're going to do 10 of these on each leg. So set yourself up ready, and off we go. So raise up and squeeze it back, and then slowly back down. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, keep the rest of the body still, 5, 6, should be feeling that on the top here, 7, 8, 9, good, 1 more, and 10, excellent. Right, swap over to do the same on the other side. So again, adopt your position so that you've got this top hand on the floor just in front of you. Make sure you've got one hip stacked on top of the other. And then remember, as we lift the leg up, we want to then take it back slightly behind us, trying to keep the leg straight at the knee. So get ready, and then raise up and back and down. That's 1, 2. So again, strong glutes, healthy back, that's 3. That's what we're working. 4, 5, 6, again keep the rest of the body dead still. 7, so just working around that hip. 8, should be feeling that now on the top. 9, one more. And 10, good. Okay, we're now going to go into back raises so we can isolate the muscles across the lower part of the back. So for this one you need to lie on your front, and what I'd suggest is that if you take your chest down to the floor, you want your hands to be flat on the floor just to the side, and the idea is we're not trying to push with your hands to lift the body up, we're just using them as a support. It's quite difficult to actually raise your whole body up with the hands, without the hands, so we're just going to leave them there as a support, but try not to push through the arms too much. So you're going to be face down on the floor, and then you're going to think about using the muscles in the lower part of your back to raise the chest up away from the floor without pressing through the hands, and then slowly lower back down. If you do find that easy, try doing it with the hands to the side this way as you come up, and that might make it a little bit harder, but I'm going to keep the hands here to the side. So set yourself up ready, and then off we go. So lift the chest up, thinking about pulling up with those lower back muscles, and then slowly lower back down. We're going to do 10 of these, so that's 1, 2, raise up as high as you can, 3, you should feel that in the lower back when you're at the top, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, good. Just 2 more. Keep the control. Squeeze it up. Slowly down. Last one. And relax. Good. Right. Last exercise. We're going to start on all fours. This is the bird dog. So if you haven't done this exercise before, essentially what it is we're going to start off with opposite. So if I'm using my left hand, it means I'm going to be using my right leg. And then the right leg is going to basically extend out behind. So I'm trying to kick back, pushing the heel out as far as I possibly can, going backwards. At the same time, I'm going to make a fist with my left hand, and that one's going to reach out in front. Not trying to go up, but just trying to reach forward. So you're trying to push your fist forwards and push the heel of the opposite leg backwards, and create a huge amount of tension in the body. We're going to hold the position for about 5 seconds. We'll then bring the fist into the knee, and then we'll take it straight back out and hold it for another 5 seconds. So we've done it 5 times, and then we'll swap sides. So set yourself up ready to on all fours. So I'm going to do left arm and right leg first. So I'm going to make a fist with my left hand, lift the right knee up off the floor, stabilize the spine, so trying to keep everything neutral, and then from there keep the torso still as you reach the fist out in front, push that heel back, hold for 5, and then bring it in. Fist to knee, take it straight back out, and then hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring it in, touch, straight back out, hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Bring it in, touch, take it out. This is number 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. Last time. Bring it in, touch, take it out, hold. Nice and tight, lots of tension. 4, 5, and relax. Good. Let's now do the same on the opposite side. So I'm going to make a fist with my right hand, lift the left knee slightly off the floor, make sure my pelvis is square to the floor, contract the core muscles, and then from there I'm going to extend. So push that heel back, push the fist forwards. 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring it in, fist to knee, take it back out, hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring it in, fist to knee, take it back out, hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. Good, that's 3. Just 2 more. Bring it in, touch, back out and hold.
2, 3, 4, 5. Last time. Knee to fist. Take it back out and hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax.
Brilliant. Okay, that's the last strength exercise. What we're going to do now is we're going to finish off with a few stretches, and we're going to start with the child's pose. So for this one, adopt the same sort of position that you were in a second ago for the bird dog. Take the hands a little bit further forwards, and then from there, round off your back first of all. So trying to get your tailbone of your spine to tuck underneath you. And then we're going to drop the bottom down towards the heels of the feet. If you want to, you can bring your hands closer together to create more of a stretch on the side of the back. But we're just going to relax ourselves in that position just to start to stretch the muscles in the lower back and the middle of the back. So slow, gentle breathing while we hold the stretch for about 20 to 30 seconds. Good, move into it further if you feel that you need to. Try and keep the hands reaching forwards. Good, okay, slowly come back up. Brilliant. Right, next one we're going to do is a psoas stretch. So you're going to feel this stretch around the side of the torso. So to start off with, we're going to be in a lunge position. And then with the knee that you've got on the floor, try and slide the knee back along your mat or along the floor as far as you can. And then from there, keeping the hips square, that should create a stretch a little bit on the front of the hip. But with the arm on the same side as this leg that's back, I'm then going to reach the arm up and then across. So I'm trying to reach it across away from this, and I should feel a huge stretch all the way down the side of that torso. Keep pushing the hips forwards, but really lean away. Again, we're going to hold this for about 20 to 30 seconds, and then we'll switch over. If you can lean the torso back a little bit more, that might increase the stretch. Good, hand release. Right, let's switch over. So opposite foot in front, slide this other knee back. Push the hips forwards, get the stretch on the front of the hip first. And then with this other hand, we're going to reach up and then reach across. Lean back a bit if you need to get more of a stretch. But you should feel that down the side of your torso. Hold it there for a bit. Relax your breathing. And release. Good. Right, next one we're going to do is the pigeon pose or pigeon stretch. So from this one, I want you to bring your knee up in front of you, so it's tucked up underneath, but you want it to be on the same side. So don't bring it across the body, keep it out to the side. If you can get this foot to come up, it's just going to rotate your hip a little bit more to create more of a stretch. But essentially from there then, is I'm going to start to drop my body down, and I'm also going to go inwards. So I'm keeping this knee out to the side, but I'm thinking of taking my chest down on a slight angle, and think about pushing your bottom right back. So on the hip that you should feel the stretch in right now, think about pushing that hip further backwards as you lean your torso forwards. You should feel that around your bottom. Again, slow, gentle breathing. Push the bottom back further if you need to. That's just going to rotate your hip more to create more of a stretch. Good. All right, let's swap over. Same on the other side. So knee up and out to the side. Bring the foot up underneath you as much as you can. And then turn in slightly. I'm going to take my torso down on the angle while I push this bottom backwards, so I can feel the stretch all the way around that side of the hip.
Good. Okay, final stretch. You're going to be led down on your back. And we're going to do what's called a figure 4 stretch. So from here, what I want you to do is I want you to bring one foot across onto the opposite knee. Make sure you keep your shoulder blades flat on the floor. So for this one, I just generally put my elbows out to the side. And then this foot that I've brought up onto the knee, I'm going to take that foot down towards the floor, which is taking that knee out to the side. This is going to lift this side of the pelvis up, but I'm using my elbows to keep them flat on the floor. So go to a point, right now I can feel it stretching the lower part of the back, and then I'll hold it there. If you feel this in the similar position where you did the pigeon pose around your hip, try and bring your knee that you've got the foot on up closer to you, and that should help then get more of a stretch into the lower back rather than around the hip. Good. Okay, come back up to the middle. Switch the feet over. So foot up onto the opposite knee. And then I'm going to take that foot down towards the floor as I lift this pelvis up on this side. Try and keep the shoulder blades flat on the floor, but until you feel stretch in the lower back and around the side of the waist. If you feel it again in the hip, just try and bring that knee up higher. That'll help you engage more of a stretch in the lower back. Good, and then bring it back up to the middle, and then you can slowly sit yourself back up. And that's you finished. Well done.
I hope you enjoyed this 4th summer workout and are looking forward to next week when we focus on exercises for the shoulders. If it has helped you, then please give it a like by clicking the thumbs up button below, and consider subscribing if you haven't already. You can also check out the description below for further information and ways that you can help support this channel. But thank you so much for watching, and until next time, stay active and keep moving to feel better.
Eee.